First up, please welcome to the court, Team Singapore! Here's your starting 7. Goal shooter, Charmaine Soh. Goal attack, Joycelyn Ng. Wing attack, Kimberly Lim. Center, Nurul Baizura. Wing defense and captain, Vanessa Lee. Goal defense, Aqilah Andin. And goalkeeper, Melody Teo. That is your starting 7. Joining them on the court are Chen-Li Lee, Rima Yanti, Siti Norshawala, To Kai Wei, and Yu Mei Ling. Their coach, Natalie Milicic, assistant coach, Yo Mi Ho, manager, Yi Yan Yi, and physio, Chuan Tai. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Team Singapore! Now please welcome their opponents from Africa, Swaziland. Here's your starting 7. Goal shooter, Sebenzile Nxumalo. Goal attack, Jabuilsile Khathwane. Wing attack, Colisile Dlamini. Center, Abigail Simelane. Wing defense, Tengetile Sibandze. Goal defense, Bongiwe Magagula. And goalkeeper, Philile Khathwane. That is your starting 7. Joining them on the court are Jabuilsile Nxumalo, Zlengiwe Bembe, Colisile Dlamini, Chile, Philile Khathwane. Their coach is Philile Khathwane and manager Clifford Nomane. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please give it up for Swaziland! The umpires for the match are Emma Davey and Tara Warner. Reserve umpire, Bronwyn Edders. All right, OCBC Arena, here we go. Make some noise for the teams, Singapore and Swaziland!
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the M1 Mission Foods Nations Cup 2017. It's the second day of competition here in Singapore, and Singapore, after disappointing against Ireland last evening, have got it all to do against Swaziland. That is the Singapore starting 7. You can see Charmaine Soh at the top of the list. A lot will depend on her, but can they get it to her? That's the big challenge, that's the big problem, because this Swaziland team are very big, they're very aggressive, and they won last evening. They beat Hong Kong by 48 points to 36. They've got possession at the start of this match. Now, right to left on your screens as you look at it, in the all red strip, they will be very, very fast, and that was the first error. It's Singapore turnover, and immediately they will come into play because we have a good crowd here inside the OCBC arena. And Singapore, after feeling very, very upset at their loss, they were leading so well during the match until the moment that ultimately they couldn't finish it off, lost by 1 point. They've got a chance to make it 2 here with the possession from the center. Shamira now gets a good one in. We haven't seen Charmaine yet, but ooh, and around the post and away, and that will be Swaziland's ball. I'm delighted to tell you, I've got with me one of my former friends in netball, and I have to say a friend of a lot of Singapore players and fans as well. Perlene Chan, captain from 2005 to 2008, in fact played from 2004 to 2011. She played wing attack and center, and has now taken motherhood very seriously with 2 boys. It's wonderful to have you here. And I have to say, Perlene, this is great to be talking about Singapore netball here at the OCBC Arena once again. Welcome.
Yes, John. Thank you for the nice, very, very nice opening. Yeah, it's great to be back. I love the Nations Cup. You know, it's always nice to see different countries participate and compete, and you see the different styles. Just like Swazailand being one of the first, is their first outing here in Nations Cup. So Singapore has never actually seen them or play them. And it will be an interesting contest tonight.
They're very clean and aggressive and finished off some really, really nice movements there. They're not just, they're not one-dimensional. They really do use all parts of the court. And I have to say, the two Australian umpires here, we've got Emma Davey and Tara Warner, they are going to be really tested here because umpiring is a really, really impressive part of this. Whoa, and right on cue.
Yeah, early collision.
Right on cue. Simelane actually took it. And well, it was a contact again, so very, very easily. This is for 2-1 for Swaziland, and they've got it there. So what would you look out for here after the disappointment? Baizura would take it from the centre there, but what can Singapore do? I
think Singapore played really well last night. I mean, they were in the lead. They did a lot of things really well. So it's probably just focusing on the small things, you know, like proper feeding, choosing good options, finishing your shots. So yeah, those are things I think easily rectifiable, and I'm sure, you know, Singapore will put their best foot forward tonight.
We saw a turnover there, and Singapore benefiting from that. There's lots of little rules that we have to look out for, and obviously that stepping rule or the travelling rule is an important one. And I have to say, all the umpires have been very, very, very impressive the way they've spotted it. Imperceptible to so many people outside.
Yeah, umpiring is not that simple. I mean, I don't think it's for everyone. So kudos to the umpires for doing an excellent job.
They actually umpire at the highest level in Australia as well, so we are very fortunate to have them here. The whistle was blowing, so another opportunity for Swaziland to get on to the scoreboard, and a good finish there by Jabuilsile Khathwane.
So Singapore is doing really well. I mean, they're attacking the ball, they're giving variety, probably not that pass. Small fumble, but I'm sure they'll get it back.
They are really aggressive, trying to intercept every single pass at the moment. It's quite demanding. That fitness levels are going to tell, aren't they? Third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, especially, and the interesting about Nations Cup is you play every day, so your fitness is really tested through the week. So, you know, you have to be really fit and conditioned in order to make sure that you're as good on your first game as your last.
Those of you who are watching the last game where Hong Kong did a great job against the Cook Islands in the first half, they fell apart in the second half, and that's again down to fitness levels, you might assume.
I'm gonna think that tonight's game would probably go down the line as well. You know, so far we have been on center pass for most. Singapore probably just missed one center pass conversion so far. So it's about going back to structure, making sure you offer, and, you know, getting the ball to Charmaine, because you know, she is the go-to girl, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah, that is probably the key for her to be involved in the attack and you know, get as many opportunities at shot as possible.
I think you were with me when I christened her Champagne Charmaine.
I was. Every year I was here with you. Champagne Charmaine.
Exactly.
So hopefully she puts up those shots tonight.
We shall see. She's got a really peculiar way of shooting. It's her own style that's very effective. Let's have a look, see if she can improve on that. Singapore are just behind at the moment by 3 points. Charmaine will make it. Amazing. It's not a high trajectory. It's really quite flat, relatively speaking. Yes. Certainly from distance as well. It's an extraordinary situation, and she has. I see you looking at the stats there. She's got an 85.71, isn't it?
It is. It's a really good stat, and it's probably not only her, but then, you know, her fellow goal attacks have to also step up and make sure you sort of get that same amount of volume and probably the percentage as well.
Baizura gets us going again from the center. Looking for the bounce pass there. Charmaine playing it back again and looking for the opportunity. She's 3 meters back, but it doesn't matter. It's in, and it's a fabulous finish there for 5-7 now. Swaziland have the ball back again, and they've been very efficient, I have to say. There has been no mistakes with their attacks as well. That's why they're leading at the moment. They're very patient as well.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say as well. They're very patient. They take good care of the ball, and they're very athletic. So, you know, they go towards the ball. It's difficult to challenge for the intercept. So I think the Singapore defenders would have their work cut out.
Well, I don't mind. Oh dear, now that's an error there by Charmaine. Again, travelling was stepping. It's not the what we wanted to see there. Easy pick and easy take. She get another chance if she didn't make that one, but that's 9-5. And Singapore struggling here at the moment in these opening exchanges with 7 minutes and 42 seconds in the first quarter, and there's already a big gap. Oh, there's a turnover. Was that contact?
No, so I think the wing attack has actually creeped into the the goal circle, which she's not allowed in.
Yeah, you've got separate areas, of course, 3 areas to work in. The goal shooter will stay in her own third, but the goal attack can actually move into the 2 thirds, can't she? Centre third as well.
Well, your centre and wing attacks aren't allowed, are allowed over 2 thirds, but not in the goal circle.
Yep. That's lovely play. Very nice work there from Swaziland. In no time at all, they'll get another chance, another bite at the cherry here. Second time, it was very tasty. 10-5 is the score. Singapore now really needing to get some confidence back by getting some progress up towards that circle. That's better. Opportunities here, a little bit of shielding as well, but I tell you, Charmaine doesn't need to be invited twice. 6-10. A lot will depend on her, but the outfield players as well have got to really, really be attacking. They've got to be aggressive. They can't just be sitting back and watching. Yeah,
definitely. And I mean, especially for the Singapore defenders, I think they probably have to get a little bit closer and stick a little bit tighter to the Swaziland attackers. I mean, Swaziland has a lot of space to run, and they're really good at that, right? So it really is sticking it, you know, just a tad bit more and making it a bit more difficult, I guess, to hit the circle edge, you know.
Sebenzile is just doing so well. Sebenzile, I'm going to try Nxumalo. I've tried to get that little guttural sound as well, but without great success, I have to say. But she won't mind if I call her Sebenzile. Anyway, she's done really, really well getting those high lobby balls into the centre and finishing off beautifully. Here's Charmaine again, 2.5 meters back, but she can take a little pace here. No. There you go. That's an extraordinary shot. It's so consistent.
It is, and that's probably her favorite range.
2 meters, yeah. But it's metronomic, isn't it? Oh, it's a real, a good change over here, turnover.
Yes, Singapore really do need to convert on this.
Singapore ball, edge of the circle there. Oi, oi, oi.
Rims around but goes in the end.
Why not? It's lovely work to finish off. Goal attack there, Joycelyn.
So it's good to see the Singapore players, you know, taking their time, being patient with the ball.
Baizura again over the top there, lovely take. Oh, that's great work. It was actually a very good pass. It looked to be stretched, but at least it kept it away from the defense, which is very important.
And also a great screen by Joycelyn Ng, making sure that she keeps the defenders occupied so that it's free for Charmaine at the back.
She's done it once again. She's absolutely on fire. I don't think she's missed an attempt there. Very, very impressive. Sebenzile. And actually they're working a great combination, aren't they? Jabuilsile and Sebenzile. There you go. It's happening again and again. 12-9, 13-9 now. In short time, they've got possession. It's very efficient.
I would imagine the Singapore defenders, especially, you know, Vanessa Lee and Baizura, they have to sort of stop the ball from coming down so quickly because Melody Teo isn't the tallest goalkeeper, you know, but she's trying her best. So it's really about stopping the ball, making it as hard as possible for that feed, because the feed is going in perfectly.
They're very, very fast as well as physically extraordinary. And there, Charmaine, she really has not let anyone down in this match so far, with just a little over 3 minutes left in the first quarter. 14-10, and that is, was that a stepping?
Yes, so that's stepping, and it's a
turnover.
good opportunity for Singapore to close up the gap.
Oh, too far.
Rush of blood.
Yeah. Joycelyn can ill afford that, and of course with Kimberly as well, had a couple of moments of frustration against Ireland. Really needs to work, but they're trying to get it. That's what she's got to do. She's got to be on the edge.
Yeah, and that's a lot better defense by all the players. You know, holding up the ball, making sure it takes an extra pass to get to the Swaziland goal circle, because you don't want that to happen. That's just too simple.
It is too simple, and there's exactly what we're talking about. Sebenzile is not missed at the moment. Whenever she's got the ball, whenever it's been given to her. She is a tall girl. We'll have a look at her size in a moment. I've got a feeling that I've got it here at 170. It must be more than 173.
She does look more than 173.
Yeah, in our notes it's 173, but I think they've just plucked them out the air. I had a good chat actually with Philile Dlamini and Clifford Mormane as well before. I said, come on, give me a prediction. Oh, I don't know, hesitated. Anyway, they said it won't be 10 points. It won't be 10 points, the difference. But they think it's around about 42 to 35 in favour.
Okay, we'll keep a lookout for on the scoreboard to see how accurate that is.
Well, they're saying that Swaziland will win. They've got a great position here at the moment. 17 to 10, it's there. 17-10 with a 1.5 minutes left, and Singapore really, really working hard. But I tell you what, they are very keen, those coaches, to say that they're representing Africa, not just the country of Swaziland, which is, I think it's a lovely ambition, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that's the beauty of Nations Cup, right? Because you find a country that is from the different continents and regions, so they are sort of representing Africa.
Well, it's Singapore were lucky there. Charmaine missed a shot. It was a turnover ball, and then ultimately they managed to get the ball back off an error. And here is Joycelyn once again and makes it for the 11. It's important with just 48 seconds left that they just stay here and see if they can thwart this attack by Swaziland. Let's see what they can manage here. They've done that because the turnover now with 38 seconds to go. They've got to time this attack. So, what was the situation? Well, I don't know. Anyway, it's gone back to Swaziland. 29 seconds left. And it's going to be fairly simple. They are head and shoulders above. There you go. Once again, head and shoulders above at the attack line. 18 points to 11. They could ill afford that. I didn't see what the issue was. I thought the turnover was complete, but it wasn't given.
I thought so too, but I suspect that the umpires might have called for a contact.
All right. Here we go. 3 seconds. You've got to get the shot in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. No, too late. Oh, dear. That's, again, keeping your eyes on the whole play, not just yourself and individuals and the player you're passing to. You used to have a good feel for everything around you, didn't you, including the clock?
Yeah, we try to, because, you know, that could have been a goal and it would have made a big difference, one, and then you get the next centre pass.
Right, well, we are at the quarter stage. We completed the first part of this particular matchup. Swaziland in the lead by 17 to 11.
pretty isolated, you know, somewhere private. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. So great to feel the love here at the OCBC Arena. Now, don't forget, if you see yourself on a hug cam, you give your friend a hug. If you don't see, you know. Anyway, here's the start to the second quarter of the game. It is Swaziland versus Singapore.
So into the second quarter, Swaziland from left to right on your screen in the all red. Simelane there, the centre, has had a huge influence. They've been able to move this ball, transition this forward very, very nicely. And there once again is Sebenzile. I will get it right eventually, but she has been absolutely perfect.
Yeah, she's been outstanding for Swaziland. I mean, the shots, the feet to her takes, they're strong. It's been really difficult for Melody Teo to do much, actually. So there's no changes to the Singapore lineup. They, unfortunately for that miss.
Yeah, they are moving very, very well. It's going to be Swaziland's ball once again from the right side here. Oh, and a little bit of problem. We've had that on both sides. Neither team perfect with their steps at the minute.
Yeah, so Singapore really needs to treasure this possession and convert because, you know, they're 19-11 down.
Indeed. Okay, Charmaine first shot, makes it, and 12. It's going to be Swaziland's centre pass.
Good attempt by Captain Vanessa Lee.
It's still going to be Swaziland from the out point there. No contact, but again, Swaziland. 2.5 meters, it's a beauty. She really doesn't need a second invitation, I have to say. They've worked very, very well. Jabuilsile Khathwane made that particular goal, and they are very experienced. I'm just looking down through their ages, you know, in the team at the moment. 30, 34, 31, 32. You know, 27 is the youngest. My goodness, they are really, and they're showing it, aren't they, that experience?
Yeah, they're really patient. They, you know, they don't panic. They look like they have all the time in the world to make a pass, decide what to do next.
Yeah, they're moving off the ball very nicely, definitely finding the space. And then when, the wing attack there is penalised. Colisile Dlamini.
Yeah, I think if there's anything that Swaziland would have to work on is probably the stepping, because probably the calls and what they're used to might be different, and it will be something that they have to sort of, you know, adjust to.
Charmaine makes another one, 13-20 now. Swaziland coming forward, a long cross pass, picked up the centre again, and just look at that. Oh, well, good defence. Yeah, she really has to stretch though. She's definitely undersized, you have to say, but a really good attempt there.
Yeah, and you can tell that she's trying to come out for Melody Teo. She's trying to come out for the intercepts more instead of sitting back and waiting for the high lob to come, which, you know, she doesn't have much of a chance. So
I've been impressed with Aqilah as well. You know, she's well, first time this Nations Cup into the Singapore squad, come through from the Singapore Sports Academy or sports school, right?
Yes. So just on cue, she's just come up with an intercept.
Yeah. Yeah, she does. There she is. Good pass. The bounce pass. Okay, it's there. Charmaine again. Absolutely on the button. 14-21. It's comeback time, or is it? We shall find out in just a couple of moments. With the centre, Simelane, getting us going again over the top. There's a variety of passing, and again over the top, but Swaziland will get the ball off that Aqilah touch out. Oh, that's a lovely deception, but again, contact. Melody will have to stay out of this one.
It's great to see that, you know, the coach, Natalie Milicic, should probably have told the defenders to tighten up a lot, because, you know, I can see Vanessa Lee, she's, as wing defense, she's probably wearing the wing attack like a glove, and then, you know, the defenders have started to double team the goal shooter, Nxumalo, as well, a little bit more, you know, just being a bit different from the first quarter, and I think that's a good way moving forward.
She would have been very disappointed, as I've mentioned it several times, but Natalie Milicic had her first Singapore match last evening, and Ireland, well, they celebrated so well at the end. They knew that they didn't really have that match in the bag. It was a bit fortunate at the end, but Milicic would have been big disappointment. Wow. Okay, a little tangling of feet there as the ball goes out. Swaziland have the ball back again, 23-15. Opening up now a significant gap here in this match. They're a lovely team, I have to say. I like their uncompromising movement. That's a bit short, but she follows in on the rebound and makes it the next time, 24-15. But it just shows you they're very smooth in their movement, as you've mentioned, I think, before. Unhurried and certainly really competitive. It's going to be Swaziland's ball again.
And you know that they will get better through the week, you know, because that's what all the African sides do. You know, they're not quite sure what the competition is like, but as the week progresses, they just grow, and, you know, just watch out for them during finals day.
25-15 in favour of Swaziland at the moment, and Singapore really struggling to make any impression. They have to play the ball backwards because, and that's a good long ball now, should open up opportunities. Charmaine still under the post. Now she will take it, and she will give it from the, what, a metre half back now, makes it 16-25. Actually, they did well there because they had blocked out the normal lines of attack.
Yeah, they've actually done really well. You know, like they've used the triangles to make sure to protect the ball and protect possession. So it really almost is about stopping the attack of Swaziland, you know, or making it more difficult.
Whenever they put that ball high into the centre, Melodies really struggles to make any impression, and then, wow, Kimberly was called for steps there.
Yeah, I don't think she's quite pleased with herself over that. And you shouldn't be, you know, like, because that's a silly mistake that would be costly for this game.
Flying high, the lefty, and makes it. It's an absolute cracker. 7.5 minutes left in this half. And I have to say, the way that she floats in, it was like Superwoman in the air. She's not going to miss. There you go, another one, absolutely superb. Sebenzile Nxumalo.
And Singapore would probably be, it's rather unfortunate to be missing the services of Chen Lili. You know, we've heard that she was unfortunately injured last night in the game. So they are missing a little bit of a height in the goal circle, and so that's why Melody would have to, I hope she brought her jumping boots.
Yep, she certainly needs those. Charmaine receives and converts, 17-28. Getting good support. Oh, lovely intercept. Great work by Lee.
And that's what you want from your captain, right? Leading from the front.
Yep. Very good. Vanessa Lee. Yeah, that's smooth. But that was all coming from that determination to intercept. And with the balls to come as well from the centre circle. Singapore can peg back now, get it under 10 again. Make it quick. They are very clever though, aren't they? Look at that, absolutely brilliant defense. And again, it'll go over the top, and Melody, well, in fact, it was really interesting that, because I've so many times said that they only need to put it over the top into that zone to get the ball back. But Singapore fighting hard here and get a A contact free throw. Charmaine is there. Oh dear, how does she do that?
I know, I ask myself that all the time. It's like, what kind of shot? But it's accurate. And I guess that's all that matters.
It's extraordinary. It's a two-handed shot as well, which sometimes it doesn't matter where she is. There's the left-hander again, comes up and makes it. Yeah, good work. And the goal attacker, Jabuilsile, is very impressive with her percentage as well.
So interestingly enough, Singapore has actually made a quick substitution. They have brought on a new goal attack for Joycelyn Ng. It's To Kai Wei, who's on the screen right now.
Yep.
And just finished her first shot. Yeah, she's just come in and looks like she's ready to play.
Right on cue. So very good.
Another outstanding work by, I'm a big fan of Vanessa Lee. She is one of the best wing defenders we have in Singapore. She is tight, she's determined, and it's always great to watch her defend and go for intercepts.
Oh, Singapore very, very lucky here with the indiscipline, you'd almost say, because the basics are so important. They do the real complicated stuff well. Charmaine makes it from distance again. It doesn't matter where she is. She is absolutely super consistent. And now with a chance to get back within 7. This is a big phase for Singapore. They've got to look for a few more errors on the play from Swazailand. Oh, distance girl or what?
I know, she didn't flinch at all.
Wow, that's absolutely smashing. Great work. Goal attack, To Kai Wei.
And she's young. I love it when a girl is, a player is confident with, you know, her shot.
21 years old, yeah. 7th cap. Actually, 8th cap if you take the Yarland match as well. But 22-30, this is a big moment. Get back within 7. It's still Singapore's. Yes, when you get.
Sorry.
When you get the whistle, for a moment you think, oh no, they made an error. But To again. Excellent. Yeah, go on, you were saying.
Oh, I was saying we just saw a quick substitution by Swaziland. So the wing defense, we're just waiting for substitution list.
Turnover again. Turnover again, Singapore. 3 minutes left in the half, 23-30. If they can bring it down to 6 points, it will be huge. Vanessa Lee in control and still with the ball. I tell you what, they're very sharp, these umpires. Can't believe what they can spot. Right, you've got the substitution here now for 5. What have we got?
I think, so we have a change in the wing defense.
Bembe it is come in.
Yes, Bembe has come in for Zimbabwe.
I tell you what, this is interesting now. They've got the ball. We can get down to 5 points the difference with this attack. That's a really impressive performance. That's gone. Still there. Oh, that is a really disappointing turnover for Singapore. They were playing so well. Oh, Kimberly trying her luck there. Missed out. 2 minutes left. Singapore crowd here getting quite excited. They want to get this ball back. But it's being very patiently moving forward. And now for the shot. The lefty has got it. She's right there, 31-24. And a very impressive goal attack is Jabuilsile. Ooh, unlucky.
That was a great take, though.
It was a brilliant take. That's what we've been used to seeing, isn't it? 32-24, the 8-point gap moved up again. Kimberly over the top, it's a good one. Charmaine, you said this is her best distance.
She's proving us right.
25-32. I have to say, it's a lovely match. It's real netball at its flowing best. Good stuff. 33-25. It's disappointing to see from Singapore's perspective, but you have to admire this very efficient Swaziland team. They are experienced, and they're showing every second of that experience. Charmaine threatened and then got deceived herself, but she'll keep the ball.
But this is a good quarter for Singapore. I mean, the quarter score for this one is at 15-14.
Against them.
So, and we have the ball now, so it's a good quarter. And
it is, with 30 seconds left. No, not quite. Well, 26 seconds left. They could be losing out another one here, but Aqilah tried her luck but didn't make it, but comes back now really quickly. Good play off, good layoff. 11 seconds. It's got to be fast here, but it's whose ball is it? It is going to be. Oi, oi, oi. Sorry.
And we have a flying bit.
It's Baizura is going to need to be attached again with 0.0 seconds left. And that is it. Whoa, I think Singapore a bit lucky with that, to be quite honest. Having given away, they could have entered with even Stevens in the quarter. It didn't happen. It was 16-14 to Swaziland. Overall, they lead by 34-25. I think that's a fair reflection of their ability to play that ball up into the attack, and the attacker has been magnificent.
When you create
Right, second half. Singapore have a lot of work to do. We've got a couple of changes here, and Perlin Chan will tell us about them in a while. But in the meantime, Singapore at 34-25 down have really got an enormous amount to catch up on. Swaziland have been very efficient. They have been in control for a lot of the time. There is a turnover. No. Singapore had it.
I was holding my breath. But yes, so we have some interesting substitutions. I thought the last quarter the players did really well, but then we have Shawala coming in at center and Baizura going into wing defense, and Vanessa Lee is taking a break for this quarter.
So Sitino Shawala is, again, I think she has a relationship with the sports school. It's there's a lot of relationships going on with the feed elements of the national squad, of course.
Yes, we have quite a few sports school goals. I'm not sure if Melody and Shawala are of the same year in sports school, but yeah, we're really pleased with, you know, the program at the sports school and how they've been churning out national players.
She is unbelievable. Crikey. I remember being so impressed the first time we saw her, but it is an extraordinary shot, a double-handed shot that goes invariably down the middle of the bucket. Amazing. 27-35. Just 8 the difference now. We need to, Singapore needs to actually put a bit of pressure on here. See if they can, okay, well, again, encroachment, little bit of contact, and now easy with the lefties, in again, 36-27. What can Singapore do here, Perlin? You're now the coach for the night. Off you go.
I think, if anything, that should never happen. But I think to start, the basics is probably to convert your center pass, right? Because it's an alternate center pass. Everybody gets a fair shot. So first thing first, convert your own. Anything that comes along, convert that, and then chip away, you know, slowly but surely.
And try to turn over those possessions. 2.5, 3 meters back, and it's still dead eye. I tell you, she's got a patch on her over the top of her eye, but it's not interrupting her progress at the circle. She has been absolutely superb. Oh, Kimberly.
Oh, that was, yeah, that was unfortunate.
It was. Yeah,
but then, you know,
okay,
Singapore get it right back with a stepping. And these are the little opportunities that Singapore needs to convert from.
Charmaine comes out to the edge of the circle. Kimberly's there. Charmaine's underneath. Great running. Underneath, and that was great from a position where she was coming on the blind side of the defender. It was very, very good and well spotted by Kimberly. Nice play. Great retrieving. This is a good turnover and a solid play as well, and that will be contact. She's lost it.
We've lost another bit.
Yeah, it's Charmaine's. 28-38, but a great turnover. That stopped the bleeding. Here she is again. Ooh, just a little bit short, but it still happens.
It's still good. And Singapore really needs to convert this center pass just to make it 3 in a row.
Good.
Good drive by Kimberly Lim.
She was thwarted, but we need to get these passes now moving towards the circle. There we go. Well, in fact, it's 3, was it?
That was a held ball, so you can only hold the ball for 3 seconds or less.
Oh, that big turnover. Charmaine again, this for 30, and just about 8 points the difference. Well, I have to say, the prediction of the Swaziland coach is still holding good at the moment. Singapore have got to play really above themselves to keep this position. You have to say that 8 points the difference, and we're in the second half, the third quarter. But Singapore are in the lead in that quarter, 5-4, which makes a big difference, of course.
8 points is totally, you know, recoverable in a recoverable position. It's just what, for turnovers.
But it is tough when you've got the size, the physicality of this Swaziland team. They are very impressive. They've got the experience. They're not going to give things away, that's for sure. Singapore will have to earn every single point. Beautiful play, wonderful hands, great passing, and a fabulous finish. 31-29, well played. They are working really hard to try and upset the attack. Look at that for a ball. Brilliant play. Absolutely special.
Yeah, lovely, lovely hands.
40-31. Nxumalo plays it off the centre and lucky to get that one back. A little bit of, well, what do they call the Japanese game?
Pinball?
It's not exactly pin. Yeah, it's not pinball. It's pin something. Pinjaro, no. You'll tell me. You're going to find it because you're going. No, you're going to Japan.
I
remember?
am. I will go look for it.
Yeah.
And that's another turnover.
Pintako, something? No, I don't know. We'll get it. We'll get
Pachinko?
it. Pachinko. Well done, good girl. You don't even need to go to Hokkaido to tell me. Yeah. Pachinko. That's the sport. Right. Toe has got it. Toe makes it. 33-40.
Great finish.
You know, Singapore are playing really well in patches, but that was a poor pass, putting pressure on, and there, look at the efficiency of that movement forward. Swaziland, so good at punishing an error.
Yeah, I think efficiency is probably the right word to describe Swaziland. They don't do anything too much. It's just perfect spot on, just like that.
Absolutely brilliant, very quick. Once they get a chance, they use the space and they know that they've got the target girl right there in great form at the moment. How to put pressure on them, that's the big problem. Singapore 9 points adrift at the moment with just under 8 minutes left in this third quarter. Charmaine with the ball. She will shoot. And she will make it. It's always that backspin that is so intriguing.
Yes, I still can't figure it out after all these years watching her shoot.
Yeah, that's the one-handed, and it's point given, 43-34. Singapore have it from the centre pass.
I mean, once again,
move away.
if you see the quarter score, I mean, we're at 9-9 apiece. It's not a bad score, you know. But then you know that there's so many opportunities that have gone adrift, and that's why the score line is still that different.
Yeah, it is different. In fact, it is 8 points of difference now, but again, Swaziland have possession. That ball over the top is not good this time. Singapore have a chance because they'll also get the centre pass after this. So big opportunity now. Over 6.5 minutes left in this quarter. So plenty of chance if they can get the ball, but that's out. Oh dear.
Yeah, these are the opportunities that I'm sure as a coach you could see Natalie, you know, on the bench with the like, oh, it's such a good opportunity, but we've just thrown it right out of the back line.
Yeah. She's again so accurate. It's very, very interesting. The goal attack is Jabuilsile Khathwane.
Yeah, both of them have been really good the whole match, really. You know, they've shared the shooting load and they've both been really accurate.
And a half a pace forward now and into the net. 36-44, beg your pardon. Scoreboard is quicker than I'd realized. 8 points. Just over 5 minutes left in this third quarter. They are working hard. They're actually playing, in some respects, they're playing a lot better than they did last night, you know. They're not making so many errors, but it's this Swaziland team that has got so much talent Really, really impressive. They know the sport inside out. They've got the physicality, of course, to take advantage of knowing it well. And they've been well coached.
And the feeds into Nxumalo has been perfect. Spot on all night by all their feeders.
Too long. Singapore drifted away here now. Long ball, and again picked up beautifully. Khathwane is absolutely there. Khathwane, look at her moving again, but a little bit long this time. It's very interesting, just tracking one player, just seeing how much they move right across the court. Oh, is that travel again?
Yeah, that's another stepping. That will kill you.
No.
That will.
That really was. That's giving points away. It's leaking them. Christmas comes early for Swaziland.
Oh, and I think Santa just gave Singapore a free gift too.
Oh, also? Oh, right, okay.
So let's see if we can...
Ay, Kimberly, what are you doing? Well, it's 10 points the difference. And, well, that hasn't been recovered either. So all a bit sloppy. The last 3 or 4 attacks on both sides really letting the sport down a little bit. They've not been accurate. That's better. Kimberly, and that has been, touched away by Charmaine, so that will be Swaziland's ball.
It has been a little bit of an up and down game in the last 2 minutes.
Swaziland leading this quarter by 12-11 at the moment. That's always interesting to look at that stat. Who's got, whoop, well, that was, you know she was a little bit upset by that one, but the goal defense still does her business. It was,
just carry it on.
Yep. It was Magagula. It's a no-problem shot there, a 47-36, 11 points with 3 minutes left on the third quarter clock.
Khathwane's feed into Nxumalo.
Yep.
It's perfect. You know, I like how it has the right speed. It is of the right flow. You know, it just stays in the air and nobody gets it except for Nxumalo. So
Yeah.
they probably have played together for a bit.
No question. They had to be... missed that one, though.
It was good positioning by Melody Teo, forcing her right to the baseline, so she doesn't have quite a lot of room to work with.
Okay, it's 48-36, 12 the difference, and possession comes back to Swaziland. Well, I hope if you're watching, if you're listening to us in Swaziland, we wish you all the best, because this is a really impressive performance by your girls. No doubt at all that if you're watching on the Netball Singapore website, I'm sure you'll be delighted to see this live action. They'll definitely be favourites to take these 2 matches in a row. Zimbabwe. Swaziland, I beg your pardon. Swaziland is in real control, although that one from Charmaine makes a very, very small dent into the lead. 48-37. Chance here to make it 10 with just under 1.5 minutes. Swaziland still maintaining really, really good possession, but Charmaine takes full advantage, taking 2 in a row there. Can we keep it to 10 in the quarter, Perlin?
I think that's the aim. So once again, holding up the ball. The Singapore defenders, that's what they're doing well.
And over the top, free. Shot attempt here. Aqilah tried a little bit of a snifty trick there, but it didn't work. 43 seconds and counting. Now keep an eye on the clock, girls. Keep an eye. Is that 3 seconds? Oh my goodness. Keep an eye on the clock as you hold the ball, Kimberly. Oh, ouch.
The Singapore attack line has almost stopped running forward. You know, when Kimberly gets the ball, a lot of the times they're just all running away from her and she doesn't quite have an option to pass to.
Yeah, 17 seconds, and unfortunately, it's going to be Swaziland ball from the center as well. 8 seconds, watch out. Ooh, and there was a step again or contact. I didn't see it. Baizura's got the ball, but that's the hooter. That's the end of the half, and Swaziland celebrated with 50 points to 38. And there is obviously a gulf of difference between the two teams. Singapore putting up a brave fight, but Swaziland in control here in Singapore at the M1 Mission Foods Nations Cup 217. It's great being here, and it's great seeing the African representatives, Swaziland.
That means it's your last opportunity of the day to bring home some prizes. Now I'm giving away mini M1 teddy bears. They are extremely cute. So if you want to bring home a teddy bear, you got to stand up and make some noise. I'm going to give one teddy bear to each section, and I've got one for the craziest fan. Okay? So here we go. I'm going to go to this section first, section P. Okay? Who wants a teddy bear? Okay, who can dance? If you dance. Who can dance? Dance, 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 dance. Okay, there we go, start dancing. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, go. Go, 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 go. Keep going, go. Anybody else want to compete with her? Okay, here we go. Okay, that side, get ready, it's your turn. Okay, section A. Stand up and dance, 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 dance. I want to see some dance moves. Yeah, okay, yeah, keep going. I'll get there. Go, 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 go. Keep going. Hey. Keep going until you get a bear. Go, go. Can you do it? You got any other moves? Yeah! Keep going, go, 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 go. Keep going. That's pretty good. She can do it, she's a young girl. Ready?
Right, third quarter complete. We are now about to start the final flourish. Swaziland in the lead by 12 points against Singapore, who have the starting position and pass here. Charwala will take it, and Joycelyn Ng coming to wing attack by the looks of things.
Yes, and
final quarter.
yes, and Vanessa Lee has come back on at wing defense as well. So we have two little swaps, and hopefully that will make a difference.
It's too easy. That's so smooth and so efficient, and there it goes again. It is really almost painful for Singapore to experience this onslaught. And another step, wow. Vanessa.
I think if you look at the stats tonight, it will be like the most number of steps ever in any Nations Cup game.
Could well be. It really is very disappointing. In fact, both sides.
Both
it's
sides,
not just one,
yeah.
not just Singapore. 52-39. Well, the coach was asking for a 46 something, 44, 46 points from Swaziland. That's already been surpassed significantly. And I think they'll be absolutely delighted. They won 48-36 against Hong Kong. So that means, looking at these scores at the moment with the turnover again, Swaziland absolutely imperious as they come forward and make it once more. It's a slaughter in the quarter.
Slaughter in the quarter. I like that.
54-39. Even now at my very, very old age, we come up with some funny little things, don't we?
It's just too simple
for,
you know, the attack for Swaziland. They're not troubled at all by any of the defenders, and I think that's what's missing probably at the start. I mean, Swaziland has scored 5, and Singapore has just done 1.
Yeah. And that was the first possession. Oh dear, hands, it's loss of possession. The bounce from Charmaine, it's no good, it's Swaziland's ball. 55-39, it will be a long ball and it's out of play, my goodness me. It couldn't have gone from inside, but as long as you're in the center third, I guess you can actually throw it as long as you want.
Yes, you can.
But not 2 of those, not 3 of those thirds, of course.
I think for Singapore now, it almost feels like they need to reconsolidate, and you know, even though the score is fairly big, you know, you still want to get your processes right. There is still plenty of games to play in the next few days.
Ooh. Singapore have got a reprieve there.
And it seems like it's a contact call on Joycelyn. So these are the little things that will kill a team, you know. Especially against someone like Swaziland, who's been so efficient and so accurate all night.
They have, and they'll get another chance here underneath the basket. Here we go. Oh, it's short, but it's still going to be retrieved. They're just too good on the rebound. And another chance, yay! Aqilah just running, well, she's jumping around like a butterfly there, being totally ineffective. Amazing, 56-40, goodness me. Everybody's falling around, and it's a wrestling contest at the moment.
Yeah, there's lots of bumbling and fumbling around.
Yeah. And another one that's gone out, just very, very fortunate to hold on to that possession. Gee whiz, they're all over them, aren't they? Crikey. Very difficult, but penalised there. Charmaine will take another one and makes it 41. Still 15 the difference.
Charmaine's shots has been good all night. It's just she hasn't gotten enough.
Yeah, they haven't managed to get the ball to her. There's the turnover at last underneath the basket. Aqilah plays it out wide, and Lee is right there. It's Aqilah again, working well. This is nice combination, but there, look at that. It's going the other way. Why didn't she? Oh, she couldn't go for it because of the line. Yeah, okay. How frustrating this game
must
is.
be. It must be for Vanessa as well. You know, just looking at the ball, it's right there, but nobody's near.
Yeah, they are really, really threatening all the time. It will be another free throw, and into the basket for 57. Dominating performance. We've still got a lot of time left in this quarter, and just under 10 minutes. Just in case you're interested, all you guys at home at the moment, Singapore in Swaziland, the end of the second day of competition. And then tomorrow we've got Ireland versus Cook Islands, Malaysia versus Swaziland, Singapore versus Hong Kong. Now that's going to be a really tight battle. I think Hong Kong came down and Singapore beat them by about 3 points the last time that they met. So that'll be a fascinating one. Hong Kong lost to Swaziland 48-36. Singapore going to lose to Swaziland a bit more than that maybe. But Hong Kong have, well, they impressed for a while before they lost out to Cook Islands in the match earlier today. Cook Islands will play Swaziland in the fourth day. Hong Kong will play Ireland, and Singapore against guess who from across the causeway. It will be the Bole girls from Malaysia. We will see. That will be a big contest. Now you will tell me what you think that result is going to be.
That is going to be a cracker of a game, because we all saw what happened during the SEA Games. I'm sure the Singapore girls would really want to prove, you know, a point that they have learned from that and have improved under the new coach. So I think both the game against Hong Kong and the game against Malaysia would be an interesting affair. And I really hope Singapore would come out tops on both.
You've heard it from Perline. That's talking about the match, fourth day of competition, the last one of that time before the off day. Singapore, Malaysia in the offing. 8 minutes left in this match, 58-42. There's still a lot of ambition, that's for sure, but the accuracy has not been the greatest, although Singapore retained possession there. 42-58, yeah, it's a bit of a drubbing here, but they, to be quite honest, it is a reflection of the standard, isn't it? They have been just a bit too good for Singapore.
Yeah, they have been, and I mean, to be fair to Singapore as well, they do have a lot of young girls. I mean, they're new, they're quite inexperienced. Shawala is probably just on her second or third cap, you know, and it's Joycelyn and Kaiwei's First Nations Cup. So there are a lot of girls that's here, and they'll learn a lot from, you know, the games that they play, especially I think today against Swaziland, you know, efficiency, accuracy. Swaziland has demonstrated it in spades, so yep. I would think it's really beneficial for the girls to have played.
Good analysis from Perline Chan, former Singapore captain for, she will not mind me saying, many years.
Just don't tell them how many and how long ago.
No, I won't.
Thanks.
2005, 2008.
Thereabouts.
Anyway, it's fabulous to see this sport being played all around the world, Africa to Asia. It's a very popular sport. Obviously, originally more of a Commonwealth heritage sport, in the British Commonwealth, but it's played in many, many other countries as well now. And in particularly, I've noticed in Australia and New Zealand, the men look upon it as a very important sport activity. It's even played here in Singapore with mixed teams, I think.
Yeah, it's actually really popular with the men. You know, we don't really have, I don't think we have a men's national team, but it's a popular sport. You know, there's a big turnout in mixed carnivals and mixed leagues. So it's all in good hands.
It is. Tokai Wei puts that one away, and it's 45-60, 15 points the difference. Singapore have variously come a little bit closer and then have dropped off the pace again, and that is now 16 points the difference. This is a good score, actually. That's in any competition of netball. 60 plus is a very good score.
Yeah, it talks about the accuracy at goals as well, you know. But I've been really impressed with Tokai Wei today. You know, she's young, but she's just played with her heart and guts. And
exactly that, and she's not lost confidence, has she?
Yeah.
She's always got the confidence to try it on, putting the shots in. I know she knows Charmaine. Here she is, Charmaine will be the one, the go-to girl. But To is prepared to take the pressure off her a little bit sometimes, which is always very useful. Just over 5 minutes left in this match. 61-46, and well, not quite a turnover. A step in and a step out. It is still going to be Swaziland's ball. Oh, clever. Really athletic. You see, well, okay, turnover this time. Quick ball here. Lots of options both sides. Oh, my goodness. That really is such a disappointment, and we were just praising her to the rooftops.
I know. But I think, once again, that's also like the qualities that show that she's quite young, you know, like in not knowing that important times like this, it's when you keep it simple, you know, ball first.
Yeah.
Think about,
double turnover there, and again, huge disappointment after getting it back again. There's some really good passing. They're moving into space beautifully, and some great hands as well. I tell you what, they're both equal ability when it comes to the shots. Very, very impressive. I'm talking, of course, of Jabuilsile
and guess what? We've just got another stepping. I just can't believe it. It's been happening on both sides throughout the night, and you go back and, you know, like you wonder, like, what's happening there.
But it's all of the team. It's not just one or two players.
Yeah.
It's everybody. It's just a little bit loose, lacking in focus. Oh, well, lucky. Just a little lucky there. Charmaine. Yeah. The no fuss Charmaine, absolutely super. 47-62. Another infringement.
Another turnover. Yep, I think.
Centre pass.
Yeah, not being behind the line at the start, so chance for Singapore.
Charmaine still working very hard. What was that?
That was a contact on toe. So
yeah. Oh dear.
She was obviously trying to hold her space, but you know there was a little bit of nudging involved, and the umpire was there. So.
Okay, here we go. 2.5 minutes left. Singapore trying very hard against a suitably impressive African team here. Swazailand showing great style all round. So again, not afraid to try, but you need to be a little bit closer than that.
And we talked about fitness, you know, at the start of the game. I'm wondering as well for a few of the younger players, they're probably not used to playing for so much. So you could tell that, you know, it might be, that's why she's losing a bit of the shots as well, because she's getting a bit tired. So it'll be interesting to see how she progresses through the week. Yeah,
of course, goal shooter, of course, Charmaine doesn't have quite such the demanding area to cover.
Yes.
And that's a bit more difficult. Well, we've got the goal shooter has been replaced. Sebenzile Nxumalo. Yeah. Is that Philile Khathwane? Philile Khathwane has probably come on. We'll get it confirmed in a while, but just 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Singapore have another chance here. It's all a little bit quiet. There's not a great deal to cheer, is there? Despite the fact that we've been well entertained because of the score at the moment at 63-48. Unlucky. Again, that's exactly the kind of ambition you want to see from somebody like Aqilah. Working hard still at this juncture. And it's a turnover here now. Singapore with just a minute. They could pick up a couple if they've got the centre pass as well. Charmaine is there. She got it? She has. 49. Can they make 50? They've got the centre pass. Here we go. I mentioned it before. It's, well, do they now give it away with the centre pass, or they just hold on and work the clock down until they've got a chance to score? 43 seconds. Charmaine puts it in. It's then a chance for Swaziland to now come back to the centre, and they still have a chance to score. So tactically, would you have held on a little bit longer? It's difficult, isn't it?
It probably is. And considering the score is 13, the difference.
It's almost irrelevant, but 21 seconds left. Count it down with me. Good, still good challenging underneath the net. but it's still Swaziland's at 14 seconds. And now Singapore can come back. 10, 9, they've got to look at it. That's as quick. Needs to be a fast one. Into the middle. And that's a great pickup. 4, 3, 2. Yes, it's in! Well finished, Singapore. You gave me something to really shout about at the end. I'm really grateful for that. But ultimately, Swaziland were the real deal. They have come here to Singapore for the first time, and they have really, really shown the way. It's been an excellent performance all round, some beautiful play, getting it to Sebenzile and also Jabuilsile have done really, really well in under the net, in the ring, in the circle. But they combine here, and I have to say, Singapore have learnt as much about themselves as they have really, really seen as well they've played. Ultimately, it was a really perfect performance from the girls from Swaziland. They've won it easily, but you have to say Singapore have certainly contributed well.
Yes, I think the Singapore girls will be proud of their effort. You know, it's probably not the results they want, obviously, but then lots of learnings, and as long as you work on what you need to and improve in the next game, I think that's all that matters.
Perlene Chan has been with me, and it's been a huge pleasure catching up once again. She's going off skiing, lucky girl, with her family to Japan. So you'll have to join me again tomorrow for some more great Nations Cup netball. I have to say that the Cook Islands looks good. I won't come in for that, but I will be here for Malaysia, Swaziland, Singapore, Hong Kong. I hope you can join us later on for more great competition in the Nations Cup 2017. This is John Burgess. In the meantime, saying farewell. Come back to Singapore soon. Bye-bye.
Consecutive win here at the Mission Foods Nations Cup 2017. Now, coming to the game, you play against Singapore. We're the host nation. We've got lots of crowd, audience, lots of fans screaming. So what is the game plan for Swaziland coming into the game?
It was accurate shooting and then ball possession, and we're able to actually do that, and then we're able to actually win the game. Yeah,
you spoke about accurate shooting. In fact, you guys from yesterday's game, you are the most accurate team in the competition so far. So maybe can you tell us a little bit about what your shooters go through, how hard your shooters practice back at home in Swaziland?
They practice a lot, but the main way that makes them to shoot is that they have to be under the post. They don't take long shots, so that's how we're able to actually get 100% shooting.
So short range shots is the key for Swaziland. You guys are very successful at it, and due to that, you guys won the game today, your second consecutive win here at the Mission Foods Nations Cup. Congratulations once again. Thank you for chatting with me. Right now, we'll get you to autograph on the match ball and give it away. Yeah. Okay, so the match ball is autographed by both captains. Philile is autographing the ball right now. Okay, who wants the match ball? Wow, so many people. Okay, thank you very much once again, Philile, for chatting with us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us for day 2 of the Mission Foods Nations Cup 2017. Now, the same thing is going to happen again tomorrow. The first game is at 3 p.m. Ireland will play against Cook Islands. Both teams will look for their 3rd consecutive win in the competition. Malaysia will play against Swaziland, and Singapore will play against Hong Kong. Okay, so doors open at 2 p.m. Matches happen at 3, 5, 7 p.m. We'll see you again tomorrow.